What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another video. This video here, I'm going to share with you guys all of the Funko Pop figures that I've picked up in the past few months. These possibly I picked up in the past year or so. I did another Funko Pop figure update on my YouTube channel about a year or so ago. So you can check that out to see some of the pop figures I've picked up. But yeah, the other day I was just going through the cabinet, looking at all the pop figures I got, and I thought, you know what, let me do a updated, video sharing with you guys all the Funko Pop figures I've picked up here in recent months. So I wouldn't say I'm a massive collector to these. I mean, I do have quite a bit. But I'll tell you guys, the reason why I like collecting these is to go take them to get signed, autographed by, celebrities and wrestlers. I'm sure you've seen in some of my videos some of the ones I've already gotten signed in recent years. So without further ado, guys, let's take a look at the pop figures I have. I have a total of 13 pop figures I want to share with you guys here. So let's dive into them here. Now, of course, if you guys follow me on this channel, I am obviously a big professional wrestling fan. Obviously, WWE. I have been a big fan since I was a little kid. I've been watching it for, almost 40 years, I think now. So I do have quite a bit of pop figures that, I've picked up and got signed. Matter of fact, I'll bring it up here. You can see it right over there. Some of the pop figures I got signed there. So here are the ones that I've got. Three of the recent ones I've picked up. The first one, of course, is X-Pac. I'm sure everybody knows who X-Pac is if you're a wrestling fan. He came into professional wrestling as the 1-2-3 Kid. I'm sure everybody remembers him beating the legendary and late Razor Ramon, Scott Hall, back in 1993, I think it was. And eventually he, left WWE, I think after like 3 years in the business, and then he went to WCW as Six with the NWO, and then he came back as X-Pac with DX. So I saw this, where did I think this was a flea market I found this year. It's the, recent updated series of WWE pop figures that came out. So I saw this one. I said, this one's a pretty cool pop figure. I'm going to pick this up. And hopefully one day I see X-Pac. But definitely a really cool pop figure there. The next one here is the legendary Stacy Keibler, who was in WWE for just a few years, I think, there. I think she just got inducted in the Hall of Fame, if I'm not mistaken. But anyways, this is her first and only pop figure that came out. So I did pick this up, and hopefully one day I'd like to get it signed by her. I've only seen her do one convention, though. I think she did I think it's called the Big Event up in New York. And I've seen some videos of people meeting her. And so I did pick this up, to have her sign one day. So hopefully I can meet her, but I'd like to see her come to Florida, hopefully. And the next one I got is, by the way, I did pick this one up at the flea market with the X-Pac pop figure as well. Now the next one here is the Total Divas Paige pop figure. I just got this, I'm going to say 2-3 weeks ago. My buddy and I took a trip out to Fort Lauderdale, and we saw, we go to these stores that, are out there. They're like comic, bookstores. One I think is called Bits and Buttons, and one's it's called Tate's Comics, if I'm not mistaken. And this one I got at Tate's, and surprisingly it was in very good condition. I've been looking for one of these. I've actually been seeing them online on eBay. And of course, eBay charges so much for these right now, and they're not in good condition, and they're not worth spending the money for something like that. But I saw this one for a reasonable price and decided to get it. And I actually will be meeting Paige slash Soraya. She is coming to Tampa, Florida, this coming October. She's got her own tour, where she's meeting all the fans doing meet and greets, and she will be at Spookala in Tampa, Florida, this coming October. So I have this and quite a few other things I want to have her sign. So, but I'm very glad to have that, and just can't wait to get her to sign this for sure. So let's get these off of here, and we're going to move on to some of the other pop figures I've got in the collection here. Alright, next one we're going to take a look at here. I'm sure you guys probably recognize this TV show, Xena, which it was a big popular show back in the day there. I picked up these two. I went to, I believe it was the Edison Mall in Fort Myers. I went in there and just checking out their pop figure collection, and they had these two. I used to watch the show a lot as a kid, and I wouldn't say I'm the biggest fan, but like I said, I did like the show when I was a kid watching it. Used to watch it. I think it was on like the USA Network. Every time I was getting ready to watch, WWF Superstars, WF Wrestling Challenge, and all that. So I used to watch this right before that came on, and haven't watched it in a long time. But I decided to get these two pop figures, and hopefully one day to have both of them signed. I think I've seen Xena at MegaCon one time years ago, and Gabrielle, I don't know if she was at one recently or one coming up. I think it was like Fanboy or something like that. But anyways, I definitely like to have her or both of them, meet one day to get these signed here. But definitely cool pop figures here. All right, let's move on to the next group of pop figures we got here. All right, the next one of my favorite movies I've watched in the past 10 years. The John Wick films, guys. Obviously, I'm a big fan of those films. Of course, I love the first one. Sequels are good too. I think the most recent one was probably as good as the first one was. But Keanu Reeves, I really enjoyed portraying this character. He's been really awesome, and hopefully one day I can meet him in person to have him sign this. But it's a cool pop figure. Like, he's got the knives there. Really badass looking pop figure there. So I'm really glad I got this here. I picked this up at MegaCon in Orlando this past February there. So definitely a really cool pop figure. All right, the next one, guys, I want to share with you is, you probably recognize this guy from Rocky IV, and that, of course, is Ivan Drago. Hopefully one day I'm going to meet the legend himself, Ivan Drago, in person. I got this at, I think it was a comic store on the East Coast. It was right in Melbourne. I think it was called Famous Faces. If you guys ever get a chance to go out there, by the way, it's a place called Famous Faces in Melbourne. Really cool shop. Really, really cool shop. I highly recommend. I visited my buddy early in the year, going out there to take a look at the shop, and we were really impressed the way it looked, the way the layout was, and they had tons and tons of pop figures. And I think I picked up, like the Breakfast Club pop figures, as well as this one right here. And these are kind of hard to find, guys. Very hard to find this pop figure for sure. But hopefully down the road I can meet Ivan Drago to meet. I heard he's a pretty cool guy to meet. All right, the next one. I guess we're gonna get more into the horror vibe here. Is this Buffy the Vampire Slayer pop figure? This, of course, was portrayed by Sarah Michelle Gellar. I don't know if Sarah does Comic Cons. If you guys have seen or know that she does them, please let me know. But hopefully one day I get to meet her. I really liked her in the show there. And of course, right up here, guys, I met Christy Swanson right there in the center there. Got the vampire stake right there. She signed, of course, the pop figure right next to it. So yeah, she was really cool to meet. But hopefully I can meet, Sarah Michelle Gellar down the road at Comic Con. Like I said, I really liked her on the show there. So yeah, definitely cool little pop figure there. All right, the next one here, as I bear with me, try to keep these from not getting damaged. So, one of my favorite movies to watch around Halloween time is Hocus Pocus. I do have another pop figure. I don't know if I've shared it with you guys before, but it was played by the little girl that played Danny. I actually was planning on meeting her at SpookyCon in Orlando last year, but due to Hurricane Milton, the show got canceled, and most of the top guests could not reschedule, and I was not able to meet the girl who played Danny there. But hopefully down the road, she'll reschedule and come back down. But I did pick up this one. The girl played Allison, and it's got the cat Binks right there. I've been seeing her doing some Comic Cons lately there. So I bought this off of Funko Pop's website there, which, by the way, if you guys are looking for pop figures and you can't go to stores, you can't find them, I'm going to strongly suggest to you guys that if you're looking for a specific pop figure, is to order off their website. These guys do such an outstanding job keeping these pop figures in really good condition. I mean, for spending $10 to $15, I think, on a pop figure, I know you got to pay for the shipping and handling and all that, but I've ordered off their website, guys, and I'll tell you what, I've not been disappointed in any of the pop figures that come to their website. So I have to give them a thumbs up for doing a really good job sending these pop figures in good condition. But again, I definitely like to get the girl who played Allison to sign, this pop figure down the road. All right, let's see what other ones we got over here. Just a few more left here. Now, this one I also got off of Funko Pop's website as well. Is David Kessler, who was played by David Naughton in the classic American Werewolf in London movie that came out back, I think, in the 80s, if I'm not mistaken. So I did get this on Funko Pop's website as well, and cool pop figure. And again, it came in really good condition. So thank you again, Funko Pop's website, for keeping these in really good condition. I've met David a couple times, by the way. I've gotten, let's see, I think I've got a poster and that NECA action figure, with the wolf inside it. I've had him sign, a couple things. Matter of fact, I think you can see right there, David with me in a picture up there. I actually got the poster right down there on the, right in the center there, right by the Chucky doll. And then right above it, there's that wolf NECA figure. He signed the white there, Beware the Moon, and his autograph name in red there. So I decided to get, the pop figure. So hopefully down the road I get to meet him to get this signed here. All right, the next one. This is a really cool one here. Obviously, I love the Scream films, and I just got a Scream pop figure recently signed by Alan Robinson is his name. He was the one that played Ghostface in the second Scream film. You can probably see right in the center, all the way in the back there, is a Ghostface pop figure, Ghostface mask, etc. Um, but this one right here, um, this one, it's actually crazy because two of my buddies and I went to this. I guess it's like an antique store, if I'm not mistaken, in Fort Myers, and they had a small little section of pop figures right there. And my buddy, told me, he's like, "Oh, turn around, take a look at this right here." And I was like, "Holy mackerel! This is like a very limited edition Ghostface pop figure with the black box, the blood on the mask and everything, and of course, got the Hot Topic sticker on there." So I got this, and obviously, I want to save this for one of the people, but really, I think the one I want to have sign this, because he played the iconic voice of Ghostface, is Roger Jackson, who I've met a couple times, and he is great, and he's got an awesome autograph, and he really details it very well, signing things. So definitely gonna have him down the road to sign this here. So, but yeah, definitely a cool, really pop figure here. He's got the red bold right there. So, yeah, definitely a really, really cool pop figure. And the last two that I want to share with you guys, and boy, I'm actually very glad that I ordered these guys because they are sold out. I don't even know if they're going to make it in stores down the road here, guys. But it is the Dexter pop figures. I was very excited to see these get finally released. I think you could probably find thousands of Dexter fans were so excited to see these come out finally. And, people have been questioning about it for a while. That's like, hey, when are you gonna, make pop figures for, Dexter? Well, our wishes have come true, guys. They finally decided to release them, and they made two. And of course, it was the brother and sister, Dexter and Deborah Morgan. I have met the cast, and I think I've shared at least one or two videos. I've told you guys I've met the cast. Matter of fact, right on the very top there, you can see is the blood slide box. There's a car, a big blood slide. The back right there. I'm going to try to zoom in here. You guys can take a look. And matter of fact, if you can look right at the top there, I got an action figure. I got that for I think $4 at an antique shop. It was just a loose figure there that I picked up there. So I put it right on top there with the Dexter collection there. And then, of course, you can see the picture of, sorry about the blurriness right there, but you can see I met Jennifer Carpenter and Michael C. Hall. Alright, we're going to zoom back here. Let me get back here. Here we go. So, again, I did pick up these two pop figures, and I ordered both of them off of Funko Pop Figures website here. And once again, I want to compliment their website for taking very good care of these pop figures. I think they really, really understand that how much we care about our pop figures, being in really good condition when they order them. They take really good care in, putting these, in boxes and keeping them in where they're not going to be banging around and get damaged. So thank you again, Funko Pop, for doing a good job with that. So, but yeah, this is a Chase edition, by the way. The Dexter Morgan one right here. It's got all the blood there. There is another standard one as well. It's a good one too, but I like this one with the blood here. And then obviously here's the Deborah Morgan one right there. So that's pretty much it, guys, of all the pop figures I've got. And certainly down the road when I collect more, I'll share another video with you guys here. So yeah, if you guys have any questions or comments, do leave them down below here. And obviously don't forget to hit that subscribe button there. And I will talk to you guys in the next video. So you guys have a good night and take care.